right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Looks like everyone has gotten into our session. I'm going to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Tracy Cruz. I'm the Assistant Dean of Academic Advising at Warren College, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. Happy you all can be here today. We have a short presentation and then some time for you all to ask questions. So that'll be the main part of our program. But I'm going to go ahead and get started, and we'll go on to the next slide. So first, I'd like to start off with the land acknowledgement. The UC San Diego community holds great respect for the land and the original people of the area where our campus is located. The university was built on the unceded territory of the Kumeyaay Nation. Today, the Kumeyaay people continue to maintain their political sovereignty and cultural traditions as vital members of the San Diego community. We acknowledge their tremendous contributions to our region and thank them for their stewardship. So like I was saying, the overview of today is a very quick presentation. Going to go over your general education requirements as an incoming transfer student. I'm going to go over some very important advising tools that hopefully you all are already aware of. I'm also going to go over some enrollment information, and then the big thing is question and answer time with our college advisors in the breakout room. So that's going to be more of like group advising. So please go ahead and hold your questions until the end when you can meet with the Warren College advisor and they can answer your question. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So all of you who are transferring may have transferred with IGETC, UC Reciprocity, or another verified transfer program or not. So in this slide, what we're all looking at are for those folks who have transferred with those programs. You all have two general education courses. The first is Warren Writing 100, WCWP 100. It is an upper division course and must be taken for letter grade at UC San Diego. The other GE is our upper division non-contiguous class. That's 4 units. So basically what that means is if you're a biology major, we're asking that you take an upper division class that's outside the sciences. So maybe it's an art class or a history class or social science like econ. So it's another course that's upper division unrelated to your major. So for those who have IGETC or partial IGETC, you all need to contact your community college and have them send your actual certificate to UC San Diego admissions. In the past, admissions has received official transcript with an IGETC notification or notation on the bottom of the transcript, but that doesn't count. So again, we need the actual certificate sent to UC San Diego. For those students who are coming from another UC institution, your UC reciprocity letter can be sent to Warren Advising, and it's waadvising@ucsd.edu. And basically that letter from the previous institution will be telling Warren College all of the requirements you have already completed, and if you have any classes left in terms of your general education. There's more information about IGETC, UC Reciprocity, and other verified transfer programs on the new TRAN advising site and also under new student advising on warren.ucsd.edu. All right, so for those students who did not transfer with IGETC or partial IGETC or UC Reciprocity, this is what your GEs look like. You still have Warren Writing 100. That's again our upper division writing course. Must be taken at UCSD for letter grade. There's formal skills, so it's 2 classes, so 2 4-unit classes, and there's a couple different courses: calculus, symbolic logic, computer programming, and statistics. So maybe some of you had taken AP calculus, or maybe you took some math or computer science courses at your community college. If those are UC transferable and meet the requirements, those courses will count for our formal skills GE. Next, we have programs of concentration. and area studies. So programs of concentration are general education requirements for students who have majors that are not within the engineering. And for students who are engineers to the Jacob School of Engineering, your GEs are area studies. So they're very different in the amount of like courses. So again, area studies are only required for students who are doing a Bachelor of Science in engineering majors only. So encourage you all, if you haven't already, to check out our website if you have programs of concentration or area studies, because it's very detailed and you can see what courses and the amount that you would need to take. Next, I want to go over some really important advising tools. So the first is Triton Link. Hopefully you all have already seen this. So it's on students.ucsd.edu. So this is a sample page from a student. As you can see, it shows their major, maybe their account balance, financial aid. In the current pull down that we're looking at, some important tools are schedule of classes and WebReg. So those two schedule of classes I'm going to go over in the next slide. So here for advising tools, again, schedule of classes is on the top right. And so this is really helpful tool. This is where you can look at classes that are being offered for fall quarter. So as you can see, currently it's showing by subject. You can look by department, or if you choose by code, you can actually look up a class. Like for example, you can type in Econ 1 and press the search button and it'll show all the courses that are available for fall 24. It'll also tell you if there's a wait list. So schedule of classes is super helpful. It's on my Triton link, or you can always Google UCSD schedule of classes and it'll pop up. So you'll want to check this out. In addition to WebReg, if you haven't already, WebReg is where you'll actually enroll in classes, but the schedule of classes will tell you what classes are available for the upcoming quarter. On the bottom left is academic plans. If you haven't seen those already, this is really helpful because it is a sample plan to help guide you in enrolling in courses for the future. So for example, we have a student who is an economics major. The arrow is showing the transfer plan, and that's really important because for the four-year plan is really for incoming first years. You all are here as transfer students, so it's only going to show 6 quarters. So for this student, we have circled the GE requirements for the transfer. So it's Warren Writing 100 in fall. And then in spring, we have GE/DEI. So the GE is that upper division non-contiguous course I was talking about, and DEI is actually one of our university requirements called diversity, equity, inclusion. I also want to point out that, I'm sorry, I didn't make that clear, but these sample plans, they're sample and they're taking into account, they're not taking into account AP or IB credits. It's assuming all of you students are IGETC or have UC reciprocity, meaning you don't have to do any programs of concentration or area studies. That's why it's only showing Warren Writing 100 and GE/DEI. So if you aren't IGETC, your actual plan is going to look different when you create that with your major advisor and college advising later on, but this is giving you an idea of what courses you can take. So this is the degree audit. This is also available on Triton Link tools. Hopefully you all have seen your degree audit and seen like what exactly GEs and major requirements you have. So this is specifically just the general education requirements. There is portions for major and university, but for our presentation, we're focusing on GEs. So in this example, it's showing that this student doesn't have a transfer verification. So this is telling Warren College, like, we're not sure if you have IGETC or UC reciprocity because it wasn't posted, or UCSD admissions didn't have your certificate. And you can see that by the first red arrow that's pointing to the left saying action required. And then on the second column on the right, there's an or. So the first column, if you are IGETC, is going to show Warren Transfer Core GE. it says 1, Warren Writing 100, and 2, 1 upper division non-contiguous. It's kind of also on the second column, you can see a list of the courses. So if you have IGETC or UC Reciprocity, those are going to be your only 2 GEs, and it'll show like that on your degree audit. If you are not, under the or is the beginning of all the rest of the GEs. I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of has formal skills, and like this person, they had some math classes that that completed it. So if you see contact or action required, you can send us a message through the VAC and we can look into that for you. All right, so enrollment time is coming up very soon. One of the most important things you should hopefully already have is your enrollment appointment time. August 7th, tomorrow, enrollment guidance is open in the Virtual Advising Center in the VAC. That basically is going to kind of help you in terms of like what major courses you can take and if you need to take any placement exams. The 14th through the 16th is your first pass. Want to let you know, once you've enrolled in your classes, you will have access to Warren Zoom advising, and those advising hours are posted on our website. August 19th through the 22nd is second pass, and then the 26th, all students are able to enroll. So again, as a big reminder, as soon as you know your enrollment appointment time, you want to be ready to go like 10 minutes before, and then have, and then go in and start adding classes. You don't want to miss your enrollment appointment time, especially your first pass, because you have to wait until your second pass to enroll. So here's a little bit more information about first and second pass. So during first pass, which I believe started the 14th, you have 48 hours. And again, you want to be ready just 5 to 10 minutes before your appointment time, have everything set to go. You can add 11.5 units during your first pass. So that is really 2 8-unit, excuse me, 2 4-unit classes, so about 8 units. You are not able to waitlist during this time. When you have your second pass, this is where it expands a little bit more. You can add up to 19.5 units, but that includes waitlist. So for example, during your second pass, you are able to enroll in 4 classes, 16 units, and then you decide, oh, I want to also waitlist History 101. You're not going to be able to do that because you're going to be at 20 units and the limit is 19.5 with wait list. So you would actually have to drop one of the courses you're enrolled if you really want to wait list that other class. So just to give you a scenario about that. A little bit more information is on the first day of instruction or enrollment. You can enroll up to 22 units. Since this is going to be your first year and maybe your first time being at a quarter system, we would not encourage you to take more than 3 to 4 classes. So that's 12 to 16 units. The quarter system goes by very fast. It's 10 weeks long and then finals. So taking 22 units or 20 units is kind of a lot in your first quarter here. And then if you are on a wait list, the last day it runs is the Thursday of second week that evening. So if you've been on a wait list in a class and it's almost the end of week 2, that Thursday night is the last time it'll be run. And that Friday you'll be off the wait list if there's just no more space. All right, so another important tool is the easy request. So this is what it looks like. You can find easy requests in Triton tools. What you're using this for is if you're trying to enroll in a class that has a prereq or restriction, you have to ask for pre-authorization. So for example, say for example, you transferred in, but maybe you have 86 units, but you can't enroll in a course because it requires junior standing, which is 90 units. You're going to have to submit an easy request to get in the class, and ask for permission from the instructor. Easy requests are not guaranteed. They have to go to the instructor and the department to be approved. So that's just always something to remember. If you have, for example, a prerequisite, but you're just waiting for transcripts to come in, you would also submit an easy request so you can take a class that you've already had the prereq for. Okay, so that is our very brief overview. Jasmirian is going to go ahead and put us in breakout rooms. Please click on the link to join, and we're able to answer any of your questions. Thank you so much.